When you make that extra money, what do you do with that money?
Spend it, say mostly on drugs. Like,
So you spend most of your money on drugs?
I say about 98% of it.
So what drugs like your favorite drug to do?
My favorite drug, bar none, is methamphetamine.
Where are we going to you?
Well, we're going to Domino's.
All right, so we're going to the first stop. We're gonna pick up all kinds of food today and have some good conversations to see how these people got there, what led to it. Was it always like that? What's their future plans? Are they content where they're at? Do they want to make their life better? I have no idea. I've never had conversations before with people living on the street, so it'll be kind of interesting, and I want to try to figure out ways to see if you can make their lives better. Yeah, I pick up 4 pizzas. 4, yeah. So I want to get all kinds of different stuff. So we're gonna get some burgers, some chicken sandwiches, some pizza, some Chinese, some roast beef sandwiches. So I want to see like what their favorite stuff is. So we're gonna give everyone a choice and figure it out. To stop to Panda Express. I think orange chicken would be the most popular.
And chow mein.
Yeah.
Chicken chow mein.
All right. All right, let's do it. All right, so let's talk about, so basically today I got like a whole bunch of food. I want to go talk to a bunch of people just that are down on their luck, see basically how they got there, what happened, what their plans are for the future. All right, so we're just gonna drive up there and go talk to them. All right, let's go. All right, they were like, no, go. Hey, so come here. So let me. Hey, so how long you guys been here? 5 months? Where'd you come from before here?
They took my home.
So how long you live there? How long you live there?
Since 1977.
So you lived there since 1977?
Yeah, over there with my dad sometimes.
And then all of a sudden they just took the house. Hey, let me ask you guys a question. How often do people bring you food, or how often do?
Every week. Saturday, Sunday, sometimes.
Mostly Sunday.
Monday, Thursday.
So who?
3 times a week.
So 3 times a week people bring you food. What type of people bring you food? Oh, agencies, donations. You've been out since you were 15? How old are you now? You're 50, so you've been on the street for 36 years.
So
Huh?
what happened to me when I was a kid?
What happened?
My sister and dad didn't rape me when I was a kid, 5 years old. And I got 15 and told my mom. She didn't believe me. Yeah. And I
Right.
was pregnant by, and my first baby took her first breath and died.
So you have kids?
Oh, the other kids, yeah, they grown.
They're all grown?
Oh, and 9 grandbabies.
So where are they at? Where are your kids at?
All my kids grown. They ain't way out in Covington, Jordan, or Forsyth and all that. They all grown.
So what's your plan? You plan to stay here like for the rest of your life, or you?
I'm not planning to stay here, but the only thing they're used to me is the street. That's the only thing I know.
So what's the fortune say? You are a considerate and thoughtful person.
Oh, Lord.
You're considerate and thoughtful? Would you say that? Sometimes? Sometimes. So how many people stay right here? How many people total?
And it's almost this area.
Okay, so how long you been on the street though?
About 3 years.
3 years? All right, so what happened from when you went from not being on the street to went on the street? What made that happen?
Well, for me to be on the street.
Yeah, before you were on the street, where were you? An apartment? Where were you?
Yeah, I was staying with my father.
And so what happened? You got kicked out of your apartment? What happened? You didn't pay, or what happened?
I just want to do things my way.
How do you get money to pay for anything? Like anything that you need, if you need clothes, or if you so you have agencies come out here and give you clothes?
Yeah. If you're a ball bang, come out here, coat
So they'll bring you coats and blankets. But it gets pretty fucking cold out here sometimes. It snows and shit. So so you stay out here when it's fucking freezing? They don't have like places to go and.
No, like
Heaters you can put in there. They got heaters you can put in the kitchen.
Oh yeah, like battery heaters and stuff. Kerosene.
Propane.
Yeah. So that's what you do when it's really cold. You just get the kerosene heaters. Yeah. Let me see your fortune.
Okay. Okay. Friends admire your strength.
Friends admire your strength.
Friends admire your strength.
Do you have like a goal to get out of the streets and do something? And
Right.
huh?
Right. This ain't no way to live. But what I'm saying is, dead when a person close to you passed away, you're saying, be in a relationship, you're saying, that hurt. You know what I'm saying? That took part of me.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? So, like, everything is gone. Everything I lost, it's like I lost everything.
But what's your plan? So you lost everything, but what's your plan now? Like, so starting like today, do you have a plan to do something that's gonna like improve your life or get you?
I got life again, and I can no time. I'm still here on earth, so I can.
But what's your plan for the next few months? Just stay here and do the same thing?
What? I'm tired of planning. I'm gonna do it for myself. When I plan,
Every day.
it goes right through the window.
In the studio?
Yeah. My thing is music. I love music.
So you could sing, you could rap. What can you do?
I play.
Play.
I sing.
You sing?
Different variety music. Yeah.
What kind of songs?
Violin. Jazz.
Yeah. You got an instrument?
R&B.
Do you have an instrument?
I have my own instrument.
You're your own instrument? Yeah. Do something. Let me hear you. Let me hear you. Well, finish eating. Let me hear you.
Okay, I'm gonna do it. I know you know the song right here.
All right, let's go. Let's hear it.
You know that song?
Yeah, keep going though. Yeah. I heard it. I know that song.
Yeah.
Don't be so afraid to walk away.
She wants some neat.
Yo, this.
So,
What's up, y'all?
what's up?
Not too distant neighbor.
Yeah. So what? But if someone could bring you whatever, if you could pick anything that you want someone to bring you, what would that be?
Yeah, $1 billion.
$1 billion. So money, cash.
Yeah, cash money.
And what would you do with the money?
I would give it out to the homeless, but listen, I'm going to distribute it evenly. Everybody get a certain.
So if you got $1 billion, you distribute the money between everybody.
Not in hand. I'm going to get apartments
Yeah.
and make sure that it's distributed.
What happens when you get sick? Like, what do you do when you get sick?
I'm a doctor.
You're a doctor.
I'm a self-made doctor.
Self-made doctor. So what happens? But seriously, when you get sick, do you go to the hospital or
No,
you just stay here?
I ain't going to the hospital unless it's life and death.
Right.
If it ain't life and death, listen.
So what do you do? So you help people here if they're in pain?
Even if they have an overdose on something, I'm gonna try to find out what's going on.
How often do the police come here?
Police call here every day.
Every day?
Every day,
And
like every hour, on the hour.
What do they come here for?
I know, they just make their rounds, make sure everybody all right.
Make sure no one's getting hurt
they,
and stuff?
They know me and I know them.
Right. So
I know the chiefs.
So how safe is it here?
It's safe as you could be.
It's very, very
We
safe.
got cameras, everything up around this. You know what I'm saying?
So you own this property right here.
Yes, sir.
You know how big it is of the lot you
I
own?
can't tell you. I don't even look at the deeds in there. I'm not even interested in how big it is or how small it is.
Yeah.
As long as they can set up and be comfortable and safe, that's all my concern.
How many people could stay right here on your property?
You see all of this right here? We got.
This is not all yours. Some of it's your neighbors.
All of it, from there all around.
It's all your
Listen,
property.
I used to have a dog named Diamond.
Yeah.
They had 100 rats over there when I was staying there.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? I don't forget where I came from.
Was this always land or was there ever buildings
This
here?
is always land.
There's never buildings here.
Besides the school, up on that hill down there. And they got stairs that you can come up.
Okay.
We're all
How often do new people come here?
As long as they, you know what I'm saying, check in, they all right.
So,
but I'm gonna tell you.
But they gotta check in with you.
That's right, or my family. But I'm gonna tell you one thing: if they don't check in, they might have a hard time. A dog might get them. I got pit bulls, trained dogs, everything, killers.
Where do you keep them?
It doesn't make a difference where I keep them, but I got them.
So I saw you come up here a little bit after everybody else. So what? You stay right next door. You're a neighbor.
Yeah, we're on the other side of the hill. It's a high elevation, but it's all like high elevation. You just go over where that little patch of woods is.
Okay.
Go down and you'll see the next little row of tents.
So how long you been there?
Since September, so what, about 5 months, almost 5 months?
So where were you before that?
I was under the bridge down the way from Gateway.
So still on the street?
Prior, yeah, still on the street.
So what made you move from over there to over here?
Due to the machinations of doggone Gateway manipulations, they herded us out of there. They herded us out of there and were putting us in hotels, and I refused to go.
The hotel?
And I came over here, yeah.
So why is this better than a hotel?
Because I'm not monitored nearly as much as I'd be in a hotel.
Oh, they watch you?
Yes, got to check in. You have curfews. Can't have company.
Okay, so you have a tent over here. Do you have you stay by yourself or you have like a roommate?
It varies. I have 2 tents that I use right now. I've had 2 tents that got either torn down or burnt up.
Really?
So about a total of 5 tents. I'm like, I guess you could say like the de facto headmaster or groundskeeper of the place. I actually got recruited to head this area because I cleaned it up quite a bit.
Yeah, I mean, like I'm talking to you. You seem like very intelligent. Like you're talking like you got a degree or something. Like you seem smart. What did you do before you were on the street?
Well, I drove semi trucks, 18-wheelers for 13 years.
And how long? When did you stop doing that?
I stopped doing that a year ago, or a little over a year ago, January. I got waylaid in Madonna.
All right. So you had an apartment. When was the last time you had like an apartment or something?
Last time I had an apartment?
Or some last time you were.
I always consider like the bunker of the truck to be an apartment when I.
No, that's fine. So you had your own truck.
I had my own truck, yes.
And so when was the last time you had that truck?
That was a year ago. The last time I actually had an apartment was I was in a homeless program in Bellevue, Washington. It was Andrews Glen in Bellevue, Washington. This was 2017 to 2019, so it's been almost 4 years? Almost 4 years.
Yeah, but I mean, bed of a truck is sort of like an apartment for truck drivers.
Right.
So what happened to your truck?
Well, that's the craziest deal. Apparently the owner had forgotten that he was missing truck payments because the truck wasn't completely paid off.
Right.
This was a joint venture between me and him, but they repoed the truck with me in it while I was in the midst of deliveries.
You were in it.
I was in it, yeah.
So then eventually, so that was the last time you had a truck. After that, you basically
Drifted.
You drifted. So why'd you start drifting? Why didn't you like find something else, find another truck job? Why'd you do that?
I found something I hadn't found in any of my second childhood or young adult life. Peace of mind out here.
So you enjoy it out here?
Very much.
So what's so enjoyable about being out here? I mean, so I've talked to a bunch of people, and it seems like that a lot of people are just good with it. Like so like someone like me, like I don't understand because I haven't been here. So what makes it to you to where it's, you know, I mean, it seems like it's gonna be real.
There you go. What's up, buddy?
Well, for me, it's a one-of-a-kind experience. I've had things about me, gifts that have been harnessed that I hadn't really any gleaned since my first childhood, since I was a little kid.
Right.
You know, building my own tents, hadn't done that since I was a little kid. You know, chopping down wood, you know, tinkering with things, you know, fooling around with nature a little bit. You know, just breathing fresh air. You know, being like in a camp setting. I hadn't done this since I was a kid.
So I mean, so you like the freedom, you like having not to have to work, not have to have a boss, not have to do any of that stuff.
Right.
So do you vision yourself doing this the rest of your life?
Yeah, the other day when you got the trailer.
Yes.
So you don't think you'll ever? How old are you right now?
I just turned 38.
38? I'm 48 this year. So from 38. So what happens when you're out here? What happens when you get sick? What do you do? You don't feel good.
I use whatever home remedy that I have in mind. I haven't gone the YouTube route yet, but because I'm stubborn, and I acknowledge that I'm stubborn, that allows me to learn a hard lesson. Because, I mean, lessons are meant to be learned in life, I believe. Life is for learning. So take it for now, hypothermia in my feet.
Yeah.
That's why I'm carrying this makeshift cane. It's a joystick, too. I made it. I'm fighting off the urge to go to either Grady or Mercy Care. Is it Mercy Care?
Yeah.
Because the nerves in my feet, like they're like freaking skyrocketing. They'll be active today and then completely numb, like I'm a dead man's feet tomorrow. So I stag through it. But if it lingers when the weather is consistently warm, then yeah, I'll go.
So what do you do? What do you do to get money? I mean, at some point you're gonna need to go get some drinks, go get some clothes, you need money for certain things. I mean, do you have a phone?
I do now.
So how do you pay for your phone?
I don't. I have one of those. I have one of those deals where you just make a phone call or a text and it's free.
So if I want to call you tomorrow, I couldn't call you.
Yeah, you could call me.
So your phone works for someone to call you?
The phone is on, yeah.
And you don't have to pay for it?
I don't have to pay a dime. Not a dime.
And what can you do? Is it like an iPhone where you could go on the internet and stuff, or?
It's a Motorola. No, not Motorola. Max West.
But
smartphone. You can go online.
So it's a smartphone.
Yeah.
Okay. So do you think that? I mean, you're saying that you want to stay here the rest of your life. Like you don't even want to get.
I can envision it.
You can envision it.
It doesn't imply that I'm actually going to do that, because I mean things do change.
Right. Things do change.
They might just find some kind of loophole to screw with us and say, hey, you can't be on here. This is state property or city property. Get the hell off.
Right.
I'm gonna find a way to foray back to something else similar. I mean, there's like encampments around the area that I've been going into, and I have an alternate spot too.
Right.
Down on the south side, but I can see myself doing it. However, I do hear the beckoning of society, and I know that I do have a higher calling, but I believe this is a part of it.
So when you were driving the trucks and had an apartment years back, what'd you do for fun?
Generally did drugs. Followed up on
what kind of drugs?
Let's see. For the past 6 years, 7 years, I've been real big on methamphetamine. But before it was cannabis, a little bit of cocaine, Oxycontin, triple C's, which is quercetin, HPP.
So how do you get that now? Like it costs money, doesn't it?
Yeah, it costs money. It just comes to me. This is like a hot spot area.
Okay. All right.
It just the traffic just comes here, and I happen to come across some, and most of the time I don't pay a dime.
So basically, you're doing something for somebody, and you're returning the favor.
Yeah, put up shelter, give them a nice fire on the fire pit, warm them up, give them food.
You got your food already?
How many more minutes do I got here before I have to leave?
1 second.
1 second?
1 second. Pronto.
That fast?
It's over.
I gotta leave in 1 second. All right.
I'm gonna give you a little bit more time. And then I'll tell you what.
We can walk over to his
come on, y'all.
his neighborhood. All right. So, what's interesting is you're saying that you're enjoying life right now. You're happy. The last guy I talked to, so basically it seems like you have everything you need here that you want, but you do some moving jobs.
Yes.
Just to make some extra money here and there. Yes. And when you make that extra money, what do you do with that money?
Spend it mostly on drugs.
So you spend most of your money on drugs?
I say about 98% of it on drugs.
Why? So I've never done drugs ever in my life. I've never done anything. So I don't understand drugs that much. What makes you want to do drugs so bad?
I love them. I have an affinity for them, proclivity towards them, history with them. I knew at the age of 9 when I saw witnessed my mom smoking crack cocaine, that I wanted to do drugs. I wanted to do hard drugs to see if I could handle it better than she did. Because I was mortified at how like her and her friends would be all spazzing. I'm like, like if I try that, will I act like that? And it took me until 2 years ago to try crack cocaine for the first time, and no, I don't like it.
How much do you spend on drugs like in a month?
In a month, I'd say anywhere from $250 to about $350 maybe a month.
$250, $350 a month. And how much money do you think you're making a month? Like how much cash do you get a month?
Not much more than that.
So you spend like 90 to 100% of the money you get all on drugs?
Yes.
So what drug's like your favorite drug to do?
My favorite drug, bar none, is methamphetamine. Second, in the back seat, probably in the trunk by now, is cannabis.
Right. And when you're doing this methamphetamine, you're thinking you're able to do more stuff.
Yeah, well, a lot more for days on end. I've been up for 3 days so far now.
You've been up 3 days straight right now?
Yes. Do I look it?
Not at all. Yeah. Do you ever get in fights over here?
I'm more of a mediator. There's been people that have tried me. There's been instances where I've had to raise my voice or I guess make a display or whatnot of
right.
This is my territory, all the territory stuff. But I have warded off fights a couple of times. I mean, I had someone pull out a knife on me under the bridge over a misunderstanding with money, and I warded it off. This was the second time.
Yeah. So you don't see fights here that much, though.
I see what you could say are like little altercations, you know, just shouting matches or whatnot, but nothing. I haven't seen anything that like led to bloodshed here, thankfully.
So how you said that you have a phone? How do you charge it? I mean, there's no outlets here.
Right. I have to go across to that building that's looming over the horizon.
Right.
That's one of my favorite places to go.
And what? They have outlets? You just sit there and charge?
You can go in the hallway as long as you're not being like belligerent. You know, being say an attention getter, grabber in the wrong way. They won't mess with you. Yeah, but they have outlets in the hallways you can plug in.
So how do you get haircuts? How do you take showers, stuff like that?
There are volunteers that come in now with buses, and they'll direct us to either the Grady Medical Center. They do Tuesdays and Thursdays of showers. Gateway does their thing, even though I don't want any association with them. Some of them even have them in their buses, like they have showers where you can.
How often do you shower?
How often do I shower? On average, once every 3 or 4 months.
That's it?
That's it.
You don't smell bad. You smell fine.
It's my natural element.
Yeah?
I mean, and I've been able to get that kind of attention even while not showering. Like,
wow. So you got some girlfriends. So you're saying you got a few girlfriends? Huh?
I've had relations. I have relations in the most remarkable ways, man. It's like you're thinking like, dang, I'm squalid.
You build stuff like this.
So do you are people invited to come here or you have to fit a certain criteria or what?
It's an open invite, even though we got people with their complexes thinking, they run property that isn't theirs. It's all about, for me, it's a sanctuary, just like over there. I consider it a sanctuary.
Right.
I mean, if something is to be made from it, like any kind of means, to help profit, if it ain't going to drugs, it's going to help the community.
So do you like it when people come here and you like it when people come here and try to, give you some food or give you just different things? You like seeing all those people?
Open hands, open arms. I mean, they come through what is it? The 7 bridges. 7 bridges are coming. They come through here periodically, and they'll bring the cavalry of food, and it's welcome. No turnbacks.
What percent of people here you think are females, or what percent you think are males?
Oh, here, let's see.
Or just in general,
male to female is what? It's 4 to 2. It's twice as many males as females.
So there's a lot of females out here.
Oh yeah.
How many kids? That's what I was wondering.
Thankfully, none here. None here, and hopefully, none to come. Like the few instances we had children.
Yeah.
They're under the bridge. I mean, it was disheartening for me because that's not an experience I don't think children should be around, and
right.
And it is an affront to parenthood to have your children going through this. This is choice.
Right. You want to do this, so that's fine. But a kid doesn't really have. It's not smart enough to decide.
Yeah, that's right.
So it's very rare you see kids out here.
Very rarely, yeah. Very rare.
When it comes to drugs, marijuana, listen, ain't that type of one. Now, come on, let's move on. We got things to do. We're going to still get another interview.
Yeah. All right. All right, man. Well, I wanna.
What's your name, sir?
Abraham.
Ooh, they call me Elijah. I'm Eric.
Eric? Okay.
Yes.
All right. They call you Elijah. All right. So I'll be back. We'll see what's happening another time. Thanks for talking.
Yeah.
Hopefully some of that food was good.
Yeah, it worked. It was right on time.
It was right on time.
You were beverages for real, yeah.
You were hungry? All right, good.
Yes, sir.
So we'll make sure we come by and bring some more stuff.
Right on. Anytime. Come through anytime, man. Just,
all right. Well,
you're welcome.
It was nice talking to you, and we'll stay in touch.
Right on.
All right.
Yep. Safe travel to you.
Easy. All right, guys, so I'm about to leave. I was actually brought a bunch of money to give to a bunch of people, but after talking to everybody, I asked them, what are you going to do with the money? Like, everyone was like, I'm just going to buy drugs. So, it almost doesn't even make sense to give anybody money. But the person that's, in charge here, the couple people in charge of each area, they might buy tents or some gas to, keep them heated, so I'm going to give them some money for that. But, yeah, I think the best thing to do is just bring food or things that they need instead of giving them cash. But yeah. I'm gonna give them a little bit just to get some, stuff they said they need. But we'll see what they do with it, and we'll go from there. So I just got back to the office after meeting a whole bunch of homeless people in their tents, and I've never really done that before. I didn't know exactly what to expect, but going there and talking to them, what I realized is that it's different than I thought. So a lot of them were pretty intelligent. Some of them were kind of didn't know what the heck was going on. But it seemed like most people were content with their lives the way they were. I thought maybe I could go there, talk to them, figure out, a plan for them to like get out of that and, do something else. But a lot of them were like, look, I like being here. I want to stay here. And this is what I see doing the rest of my life. And when I asked them why, they were basically like, look, we don't have any responsibilities. This is, a free life. People don't bug us. And for them, it worked. So I definitely got a different perspective. And, I brought a whole lot of food and, I plan to go there and give them food, a bunch more times. But I was actually planning to give everybody like some amount of money. But I kept asking everybody, all right, if you had money, what would you do with it? And like everyone was like, I would buy drugs. So I ended up not giving a whole lot of people money. At the end, I gave, close to $100 to, the leaders of each of those tent, encampments. But hopefully they're going to buy some gasoline and, tents and different things like that. But literally what I was going to do kind of changed, and my view of what's happening changed with them. So let's see what other people like Shema and Muggs and other people that were there with me, let's see what they thought was gonna happen when they got there and what changed.
So when I first went out there, I was expecting to find some people that were looking for a way to better their lives as well. Like they're kind of stuck in just this moment of their life and they're looking to head on to the next. But I was also surprised to find out that there's a lot of them that like living that way. And that's like what they like to live. And it made me change my perspective on what is happiness for some people. Because you think for everyone, you kind of think like a lot of what you find as happiness would be very similar for some people, even though it's different to an extent. But a lot of these people, they're living in a way that I'd never even envisioned someone living and being happy in such a manner. And I was also really surprised to speak to that one dude that said that he has an affinity for drugs, because the way he spoke and just the way he carried himself, I would not have guessed that he was that way. He just seemed very well-spoken, very smart, and he would have fooled me if I thought he was joking when he started talking about drugs and stuff, because he had such a nice vocabulary and everything. But yeah, it was really cool to be out there, and it really just changed my perspective on how these people just think about their lives.
So what I expected when I was going out there was something that was like a very sad scene, but it was cool to see that there was a bunch of people that were happy in their situation with whatever they were doing in their life, and it was cool to go and feed them and see their happy faces as they were eating and just talking and stuff, and yeah.
If you like this video, like, subscribe, and comment, and then watch this video right here so you don't be homeless.